These burglaries that were committed by this street gang out of Long Beach preyed upon a certain victim type, and they used social media and open source to identify victims, principally from Indian descent. And by culture, they preyed on these people because it has been a culture of passing down jewelry, gold through generations as family wealth. And a lot of times, this is known to the criminal groups, it's been kept in the home. We in Ventura County started to see this rash from this group, and it's not hard to see when the surnames are all from Indian descent. In February of 2013, we started experiencing these burglaries. They were all daytime residential. Some of the methods were very similar in operation. These people did surveillance on their victim. They drove nice cars that fit into the communities that they were surveilling, and they dressed appropriately for the culture of the area they were hitting. So it's not your stereotypical, oh, that guy doesn't belong. They really attempted to fit in and identified their target and watched them. They did start with certain days of the week, certain modes that we could latch onto. And investigators looking at this group of suspects shortly identified through human and technology who we were looking at for committing these crimes. Over the recent months after that, the Special Crimes Unit developed this intelligence, identified the members of the Long Beach Street Gang that were responsible for these burglaries, systematically targeting this ethnic group. Through a variety of sources, these investigators discovered the criminal enterprise was extremely sophisticated on how they conducted their research to identify the victims, how they conducted their surveillance, how they used prepaid phones and would only use a phone per burglary. Pretty sophisticated. These guys were thinking about it. They were using the internet to identify people of Indian descent and locate their houses, then do a surveillance to ensure that they were and they fit their profile for burglary. So we must be careful what we post. We must be careful when we put on Facebook that we're going to be away in Hawaii. It's about making the target hard. It's how we secure our valuables and how we let people know where and who we are. Well, in March of 2014, this developed information started to conclude into what was movement for arrest and interdiction. During this time, we did a lot of PR to the Indian community, members in our community, which the next several burglaries that were committed in our area, nothing of value was taken because they took our advice. Safes were used, proper safes were used that were weighted or bolted to the floor. Bank safety deposit boxes were used. Valuables weren't in the home. So those burglaries stopped. We got hit for 19 burglaries during this time period with $1 million loss of gold, jewelry, and cash. This intelligence work that we did and working with the City of Long Beach and the County of Los Angeles, the Crime Analysis Unit of Ventura County, I have to give a big shout out and applause to, because their mountain of work linking these crooks to burglaries in the counties of Orange, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Ventura, Kern, Monterey, Sonoma, Contra Costa, Riverside, and 2 in Nevada were due to the Crime Analysis Unit and working on that open source information and closed source information that linked all these burglaries together.
This gang is a Hispanic gang in the area, our west side of Long Beach. I don't like to say their name because I don't want to glorify them. They're known for murders, takeover robberies, extortions, drive-by shootings.
Could you talk a little bit about those pictures that you have over there?
Well, actually, that's an example of where they were very sophisticated in their criminality. And believe me, when they go to jail and go to prison, they learn from each other's mistakes, and that's how a lot of times they get better. They learn better from being put on trial and finding out how we got them. We educate them every time, but yet they still do really stupid stuff because as human beings, we all have the same emotions and needs and wants, and they want to show it off. So a lot of these are Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, where they're bragging, showing gold and cash from their robberies with their face. So I'm trying to tell you that they used really good techniques where, did we get any DNA on this case? Not that I'm aware of. Did we get any fingerprints on this case? Not that I'm aware of. Did they glove up? Are they careful? Did they clean? Well, guess what? They still do that stupid. So thank God. Again, this is just another fine example of what law enforcement does really well, and that's work together to keep our communities collectively safe. These cases involved investigators from numerous law enforcement agencies sharing information and actually working together. I have to commend them all for a job well done keeping all our communities safe and keeping these crooks locked up in jail. Salvador Ramirez and Ivan Ramirez are both in custody in Ventura County Jail for multiple counts of residential burglary. They're being held on $3 million bail. Ibarra Miranda and Juan Guerrero are both in custody in San Bernardino County for counts of residential burglary. Guerrero is being held on $175,000 bail and Miranda on $225,000 bail. Teresa Ramirez was arrested for accessory and is out on bail awaiting trial. The other suspects, we're hunting them down and we're going to get them.